First, I admit, I couldn't believe he meant it either. It was just too hard to fathom that someone who wants to lead our nation could say those things, could be like that. But here's the sad truth. There is no other Donald Trump. This is it. And in the end, it comes down to what Donald Trump doesn't get. America is great because America is good.
Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton attacking Donald Trump and using a line that President Ronald Reagan used to use. He credited Alexis de Tocqueville with the saying, "America is great because America is good." There's more to that quote. If she should ever cease to be good, she shall cease being great. We're having a great time here tonight on the Malzberg Show. JD at the National TV News Desk and Steve telecommuting in while they're busy building a brand new Newsmax New York. So Steve, you hear this stuff from Hillary attacking Trump. It's just the same old Hillary Clinton.
Well, I'm going to give credit to Meatloaf. You took the words right out of my mouth, because I was going to point out that she said America is great because America is good. And you're right. That came from Alexis de Tocqueville, former French diplomat, 1800s, et cetera, democracy, the whole thing. And he said America is great because she is good. Now, she didn't credit him, as you just did, and as I credited Meatloaf. That's a lifted line. That's plagiarism. And where's anybody in the mainstream media talking about that?
Well, of course, the mainstream media has as its mission on Election Day in November, making sure Mrs. Clinton becomes the next president. We welcome you into our conversation at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629. And we welcome in now to discuss this and other topics, award-winning novelist and the co-founder of PJ Media, Roger Simon. Roger is the author of the new book, I Know Best: How Moral Narcissism is Destroying Our Republic If It Hasn't Already. Roger, thanks so much for joining us here tonight on Newsmax TV. Moral narcissism. Does Secretary Clinton possess that malady?
More than almost anybody on the planet. And you just gave a very good illustration of it. Because in reality, she's pronouncing I am good when she's not good at all. I mean, this is a woman who stood over the caskets of the people who were killed in Benghazi and told their parents that it was done because of a video when she knew it was a terrorist attack. Now, that is about as immoral and disgusting a thing as anyone could do. And yet she's pronouncing America is good. Therefore, what she's trying to say is, I am good, and I am good for you, too. Well, neither are true. But moral narcissism is everywhere. Obama was essentially a morally narcissistic president who told you all about help it change, but he never said what it was.
That's very true. Hey, Roger, congratulations on the book. Good to talk to you again, my friend. Welcome back to the show. Let me ask you, you bring up, the Benghazi and the lies, and we had one of the mothers at the Republican convention just blasting Hillary. The media kind of criticized her and criticized Trump for having her do that. At the same time, they're praising this father of the Muslim soldier who just used non sequiturs, really, to trash Trump for no reason over the Constitution. You and I have discussed this before, and I think this fits in with, you founding PJ Media, et cetera, and your book. Will the public, when push comes to shove in 102 days, will they be able to see through the filter of the media as it applies to Hillary, that she could do no wrong and Trump is evil, ignore the racist emails of the DNC, focus on that Russia did it and Trump likes Russia? I mean, will the public see through all of these cover-ups by the media?
Well, that's the $64,000 question of our time, and our country hangs in the balance. But I have a personal reason for being mildly optimistic. And the reason is I was in London when the Brexit vote occurred. And you all know that the media there, which is very similar to our media, were predicting a Brexit loss by 4 points and it won by 4 points. Now, my prediction is if Trump is very close come November, he will win for a similar reason. There are a lot of people who have been sort of bullied by the media and by their peers to the extent that they don't believe the stuff that Trump is a racist and a sexist and all the crap that they're trying to do, but they can't say anything because they're afraid for their jobs and friendships, etc. But those people go to the polls, and we're going to see.
Right to the secret ballot. Well, we're going to have very public phone calls right now coming in at 1-877-Newsmax. That's 1-877-639-7629. Hey, it's another call from an area I know pretty well. Back out to Arizona, this time to Camp Verde. And my pal Clark is on the line. Hiya, Clark.
Hello, there you are again, Steve. I'm sorry, Steve. Hello to you too. It's Steve's show.
That's right. It is Steve's show. You're following show etiquette by recognizing him. That's okay.
You know what? I had a bucket in front of me while I watched the DNC convention, and I overfilled it. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, mercy.
You know what? It really pissed me off and upset me about the backdrop not showing the American flags until they made a comment about it, media-wise, and also the fact that she showed no victims or family members of any police officers that were slain.
And hey, Clark, we appreciate the call, pal, and recognizing it's Steve's show. Roger, what about the situation? As Clark points out, the Democrats would pivot pretty quick. I mean, they were handing out flags last night. They even managed to get some folks related to the cops who were assaulted. They were nimble, but there is that indulgence on the part of the dominant media culture toward the Democrats.
Oh, it's very extreme. It's been, that's why we started PJ Media in the first place. But, and that's why Newsmax was started. I mean, these things are counters to the biased media. We're biased ourselves, of course, but they don't admit they're biased. We do. Now, here's the other part of it is the saddest part of this whole convention to me was that a prolongation of what the Democratic Party has done to black people. They just lie to them constantly and bring out all the bad things about white people and create this strange situation where Black Lives Matter, which is essentially a racist organization, is the important thing, and the cops are dangerous, and the cops are the ones who are protecting black people. But none of this is made clear. It's a very sad situation, and it really hurts black people more than anybody else.
Roger, you probably saw this. I saw it live as it was happening, tweeted it out, posted it on my Facebook page as it happened. Let's show everybody. Last night after Hillary's speech, the CNN people partying at Wolf Blitzer with a drink in his hand, partying. Let's watch. And, Don Lemon, he was hosting the show at that point. They came back from a commercial break, Roger, and he stood up and led the Sweet Caroline. He actually led it. I mean, it was a Hillary victory party on CNN.
Clearly. They should have been singing Happy Days Are Here Again or something like that.
Except even they know how untrue that song would be, even though it's the FDR anthem. Hey, let's go back to the phones. Farmington Hills, Michigan is where Thomas joins us. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, JD. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'd like to make points this evening. Number one, President Obama asserted that no man or woman is more qualified to be president of the United States than is Hillary Clinton. I ask, how is that possible? John Adams also worked as an attorney. George Washington also supported our troops, and he fought alongside them as well. Asserting that Clinton is qualified, in essence, because of her good intentions and experiences is like asserting a product is dermatologist tested rather than dermatologist approved. What good has she actually accomplished?
Good point. Let's let Roger get the last word. Roger, about 45 seconds.
Well, as a famous woman once said, travel is an experience. What was her line?
Oh, yeah. Traveling, flying to different countries is not an accomplishment, said Carly
That's
Fiorina.
it. Well, that's the last time. I've been to a lot of countries. I'll take Secretary of State.
Yeah, well, and Donald Trump may be looking at you, Roger Simon. In the interim, good luck with that brand new book. I Know Best: How Moral Narcissism is Destroying Our Republic If It Hasn't Already.
Thank you, Roger.
Great to have you, pal. Have a wonderful weekend out there in Southern California. And of course, you always check out what Roger writes there at PJ Media. Listen, there is lots more ahead and more of your calls at 1-877-Newsmax. That's 1-877-639-7629. When we come back, more on the Democrat convention, Black Lives Matter. Harry Houck, the former New York police detective, joins us next on the Steve Malzberg Show.